Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nathanias here, bringing you game number 4 between Millennium and Root Gaming for the Acer Team Story Cup. This will be on Ohana. Let's introduce these players. Spawning in the top left position is going to be our red Zerg player. It is Goswser. And spawning in the bottom right position as our blue Protoss player coming in for Root Gaming, it is puCK. So, if you guys aren't familiar, of course, in our last game, we saw puCK take out Daishi. So, his reign of terror was brought to an end on Cloud Kingdom. So, we'll have to see what puCK's got up his sleeve for this game, and if anything crazy coming out for Goswser. It's actually going to be a pretty quick 10 pull here from Goswser. Of course, he was formerly of Complexity, and then decided you don't want to travel the world, of course, in esports, moved to Europe to do this StarCraft with Millennium, the French esports team. So, Extractor Trick coming in now, and puCK's going to scout everything, so he has a pretty good idea. If you guys don't know puCK, top NA Grandmaster Protoss player, known for, you might have seen his Colossi drops before. Pretty quirky player. Definitely can never know exactly what puCK's going to do, but Goswser's preparing for a possible Nexus first, but puCK does have that Forge in place now to defend against any kind of speedling attack. We do have 6 Zerglings being made, and puCK's going to need to get a wall up pretty soon. These Lings might be able to make it into his base before he can get a cannon, but, well, Overlord's going to come in here, and puCK has the probe here, so he'll know when the Zerglings leave Goswser's base. They are coming out now, and it looks like puCK, he's going to get a Nexus before the cannon, so a pretty ballsy move to make, given the current set of circumstances, but there it goes, and he's going to need to get this cannon up as soon as possible. The Zerglings, though, they're giving chase to this probe, so puCK kind of baiting them away, and you can use this time to get his Photon Cannon up, which he will do, and now Goswser's going to send the Zerglings over, but wasted a bit of time there, and now puCK will actually have enough time to throw up some additional pylons to just block this ramp off. He's just going to allow himself to just completely be safe, and now Goswser does see this. He's going to send his Zerglings, though, to the back rocks instead while this cannon finishes. Now, Overlord's vision is gone, so puCK, it looks like he's probably going to cancel this pylon, and he will. So, basically just doesn't want to actually wall himself in like that this early on. Now the gateway will start, so slightly delayed gateway, of course, having to get this faster wall up and going Nexus cannon, but puCK feeling pretty comfortable right now, not in any kind of a bad position at all. Economically speaking, this is going to become a fairly normal, even game. puCK's going to take gas geysers now in his main base, and these Zerglings are getting to work on these rocks, almost down to half health, so puCK's going to need to react to this at least in some way, maybe another Photon Cannon. He is going to be going to place another pylon there, so puCK will be able to get a nice solid defense up in time. Hatchery completing in the natural for Goswser. Now that 10 pull really slowed him down, so both of these players actually finishing their expansions very, very close in timing, so Goswser's now getting his gas. He's mining 2 drones on it, so he could be looking to go for some kind of speedling play. Could be some kind of 2-base roach play since the 10 pull didn't work, but seems not terribly likely. We have a Zealot coming out for puCK now, and another cannon in the gateway. So puCK's basically just walling off the entrance to the natural from the 3rd area completely to prevent these Zerglings from getting in, doing any kind of damage. puCK wants to make 100% sure that there won't be any kind of follow-up Baneling bust, roach attack, or anything like that, and now he actually has this this Zealot positioned to wall off the ramp outside. So, drones just coming up right now for Goswser. Nothing unusual at all, but I'm really curious what he wants to do with this gas play, and it's actually going to be a lair pretty damn fast, so this is interesting. A lot of times, Zerg players, if you're going to go for fast Mutalisks, you want to do it on 3 bases so that you can really get an overwhelming number of them, as well as getting Zerglings at the same time. So, this could be one of those interesting Swarm Host builds. He's actually going to take the rest of his gas geysers, so it looks like it could be Mutas, but the drone count's so low. I'm not 100% sure what this will be. It could either be Mutalisks or Swarm Host, but I feel like because he's sitting on 2 bases right now, it's going to be Swarm Host, just because it also gives him defensive capabilities if puCK wanted to do something like go for some kind of sentry attack with Immortals, but Zealot does get in here for puCK. He'll be able to scout out these gas geysers, kill a drone, before being eliminated. puCK got this wall set up. We have a robotics facility now starting for puCK in his natural expansion. The lair is about to complete, so we're going to see what Goswser wants to do now. And it's going to be an infestation pit. So puCK's choice to go for the robotics facility is not a bad one. If puCK chooses to move into Colossi, he's going to be in a great position to deal with locust attacks. So we will have to see how exactly Goswser wants to take this game. He's going to get a Hydralisk in at the same time. So this could be one of those interesting Hydralisk Swarm Host builds. Maybe use the Hydralisks to prevent an Observer with Void Rays from coming in, but we do have a Mothership Core coming in. He's actually going to scout out everything here. He sees the Hydralisk den. He does not know, though, about the infestation pit. So this could be a bit tricky. Overseer, in the meantime, comes to the main base. He's okay. Well, you've taken Gas Geysers. Not unusual at all. And, yeah, third base is just about to start for Goswser, really, really late. But at the same time, starting the Enduring Locust upgrade, which is going to allow them to survive for 10 extra seconds, which is pretty significant, of course. It's almost 100% increase, 15-second life to 25-second life, so definitely an important upgrade if you want to go for Swarm Host. And now 4 Swarm Hosts being produced, so Goswser could be looking to put these up defensively, go for a bit of an early siege. Sentries will shove away this Overlord. The Overseer coming back inside. We'll see puCK adding on a good number of gateways, not a crazy amount. It's also going to see the robotics base, so puCK, if he can get a good scout on this, should realize, okay, well, I mean, maybe just add on a second robotics facility, and really just pump out a ton of Colossi to be able to just completely shred the Swarm Host. So we'll have to see. Observer does come in for puCK. Going to spot these Swarm Hosts, and immediately Goswser does burrow them. He's going to use these Locusts to break down the destructible rocks leading to the third. These guys just do so much DPS. It's insane. These rocks almost, man, they're so much more efficient at killing rocks than Zerglings. But puCK heading out to additional gateways. Looks like he wants to take his third base. He's completely walled off his natural from the outside world. He's going to kill this gateway just to make sure that he'll only ever have to worry about being pushed, or no run-bys, really, except for his third base. So advancing forward with the Mothership Core now. And, yeah, Gateway's going to die, so puCK will be able to take this third now basically whenever he wants. We do have a second robotics facility coming in, so puCK is going for the right thing to do at the very least. It's a lot of Colossi to really just tear the Locust to shreds while you push forward and just maintain good army control. Of course, the Locust are capable of destroying Colossi if they can get close enough, so it's very, very important that puCK maintain proper army control when dealing with these Swarm Hosts. Now, the Swarm Host count's actually starting to really build up. We've got about 9 of them here, 3 more on the way. Carapace upgrade coming in, and a Roach Warren for Goswser. Now, interestingly enough, Evolution Chamber, he's not really focused too much on any offensive upgrades. It's just been that Carapace, so... And no Hive or anything. Now, we do have a War Prism coming in here to drop in this main base. A couple Zealots from puCK. Going to be able to pick off this Queen. Nice. And it's just going to leave before anything else arrives. There are a couple of Swarm Hosts, but they're not burrowed. puCK can actually really abuse the immobility of the Swarm Host by taking advantage of that with these drops. But puCK's just going to take his third base. And he's just got a lot of sentries. Continue to put these Colossus. And now we have a double Colossi production going on for Root puCK. And this is just going to allow him to have so much area of effect damage. Warps in some Stalkers to kill that Overlord, and now puCK going to drop back in towards the main base area. He's looking for anything else to pick off, and, well, it looks like he just scored another Overlord. So, good catch here for puCK, and he's put himself in a pretty reasonable position. Supplies even, and that's not a good place to be in as a Zerg player against a Protoss. We do have a Spire coming up, so we will be able to see Goswser go for Corruptors, most likely going to be Corruptors instead of Mutalisks, largely due to the investment in the Swarm Host. The Corruptors can kind of take out the Colossi, Swarm Hosts take out everything else, so it's a bit of a new unit composition that we've seen pop up in Heart of the Swarm, of course. Didn't exist before since the Swarm Host didn't exist, but puCK moving around with that War Prism, just trying to find any kind of areas that are open for assault, and yeah, a couple Zealots. Changelings, rather, going to peruse the map, see if there's anything interesting going on the field. But nothing just yet. War Prism is coming home, so might actually be able to catch this Overseer. It'd be pretty nice for puCK. But yeah, puCK's going to do it. He's just going to try to catch this Overseer right here. So keeping a couple Stalkers at home in the main, he's going to kill it. And there are a couple of Changelings here. puCK should be able to take these out, no problemo, and they will die. So puCK's got third base now, and Goswser, he's still just on 3 bases. No fourth yet. 11 corruptors popping out right now, but is that going to be enough? With double Colossi, puCK's really built up a good number of them. 5 Colossi on the field right now. He could actually push with this, making us up to 7 Colossi now. It's going to be so difficult to actually do this. So this is going to be a really, really difficult kind of situation to deal with. So, well, moving forward now with a couple of these changelings. We now have +1, and Roach Attack is about to complete, but really this composition should strongly favor puCK due to just how many Colossi he's going to have. The 6th and 7th Colossus are complete. The 4th hatchery is only just starting. puCK's in a great position to take a 4th if he wants to. And with the map presence that he has these pylons littering the entire map. The Corruptors and Overseers are trying to see if that pesky Warp Prism is anywhere, but nowhere to be found. So really just good map presence from puCK. As a Protoss player, it's not so much about being aggressive, but just being able to macro up, get the perfect composition to destroy anything the Zerg player can send at you, and then just ripping everything to shreds. So we're going to have to see how he takes this game. Now, puCK will be able to pick off a couple of these changeling. The War Prism is still here, so puCK could be looking to go for a big push. There's a lot of Swarm Hosts and Corruptors here, though. At this point in time, it might even be better to just put up a couple units in this War Prism, go for some harass. Of course, it does give the mobile deployment of a pylon, so I'm going to warp in a couple of High Templar. Storm is coming in. Now it's about halfway done for puCK. The puCK's moving in. There's a bunch of these Locusts here, though. Doesn't want to engage directly into them. We have the War Prism actually headed over, possibly towards the base of Goswser, but now the Colossi just kind of shoving away at these units. Does have, of course, access to force fields to shove the Locust away. Has the Mothership Core to use Photon Overcharge if he needs to. But the army for Goswser, it's coming at him. He's got a lot of Swarm Hosts, got a lot of Corruptors, and this is going to be a pretty difficult force to deal with for puCK. This is going to be a pretty strong contain. If he can break out, though, with this many Colossi, he should be fine. At the same time, warp in the main base. The Hive is starting. But puCK going to move these Zealots in. There's nothing here. puCK has the +2 attack. He's just now starting his +3, and he might be able to snipe this Hive at the same time. The Locust beginning to dive on this army, throwing down some storms to help kill them. Gets a great clip on a lot of these Corruptors taking some damage, but now the Locusts are going to be spawning in puCK's third. The Hive, though, is completely destroyed at the same time. Now the Locusts coming forward with the Corruptors, the Cannons, adding in a lot of damage to help deal with this. He cannot afford to lose the Colossi. If all the Colossi die, these Swarm Hosts will be able to just completely eradicate everything that puCK has right now. So warping in some more Stalkers, really trying to deal with these Corruptors first, and it looks like he's actually cleaned up a lot of them. So at this point, puCK's going to step forward. Still has 5 of these Colossi, going to be able to just evaporate these Swarm Hosts. And now, Goswser realizing, oh my god, I got to back up, man. He needs to get these Swarm Hosts out of here. Force Field's going down to prevent these Locusts from doing any damage, and now with the Observer, he should be able to pick these off pretty easily. He's going to try to run away. The Stalkers blink forward, picking off a couple of these Swarm Hosts. He's going to try to burrow again. Well, the cooldown goes off to try to get a bit more damage by himself more times, but here comes the next wave of Locust, and puCK throwing up some force fields to deny these once again, blinking the Stalkers forward, picking off another Locust. Swarm Host getting another one, and possibly trying to get a third one before they can get another burrow. Does kill a third, possibly a fourth, and he is really hurting the number of Locusts. 2 more die right there, and puCK getting a commanding position here, taking out so many of these incredibly expensive Swarm Hosts after holding off this fight. So really great play so far from our Root Gaming Protoss player. puCK continuing to advance forward now. Gonna go a bit on the retreat. puCK's got a 4th base. puCK does not really have too much to worry about in the way of workers. Killing that Hive still hasn't been rebuilt over here. And of course, now that it's just he had to rebuild a lair, so there's still no Hive on the field. No Hive tech going to come out anytime soon for Goswser. And going to push forward towards the 3rd base, but there's not a lot of Swarm Hosts, at least nowhere near as many as there were before. The Stalkers are going to blink down, should be able to just pick these Swarm Hosts right apart, and they are going to die. The Colossi and so much DPS. puCK, though, getting caught on this cliff. Some of these Colossi not being able to fire. That could actually really hurt, but now the Vultures are getting a better arc. Only one of them not really firing at the moment, but the reinforcements are going to get picked off by this Colossus. And this one 1 hit point left, is going to manage to survive. The arc looks great for Goswser, but puCK, with that +3 attack upgrade about to finish, should be able to shove this off. No problemo. And everything here for Goswser is going to die. And with this 4th base, puCK's on even economy with his opponent. And, well, When you're a Zerg player, that is not a good position to be in by any means at all. So we're gonna have we're actually gonna have some really very difficult push to stop. Now here comes puCK going in for another aggressive push. And at the same time, another warp in the main base. The hatchery is being rebuilt, but this queen might die as well as the Hydralisk Den. The fourth hatchery looks like it will also die. So puCK just eradicating everything that Goswser has right now. And you know, this game is really starting to favor puCK, carrying all this momentum. 4 bases versus 2. Goswser can't mine in his main anymore, can't mine in his third. He only has the natural expansion and the third, and the minerals are running dry here. Even this patch, only 50 minerals remaining. So puCK in a really strong spot. Has 3 observers in case of any more of those swarm hosts. So this is going to be so hard. Goswser is pumping out a ton of roaches, but at this point, you've got +2 attack, +1 armor roaches trying to fight against +3 attack Colossi and Stalkers with Blink. Gravitic Drive is going to actually come in now for puCK, so he's going to be able to go for a really fast Warp Prism play. We actually have this Warp Prism with 2 Eye Templar, and it could go for a drop to try to storm the mineral line. Of course, there's nothing at the 4th base, but the 3rd base does have a pretty healthy number of drones here. Really large number, actually. He's got about 20 drones there mining, so this is going to be pretty difficult to deal with, this drop, especially if puCK chooses to attack at the same time. But Goswser building up these roaches, might just try to max out and go for a push. There's no way he's going to be able to get Hive Tech in this position. So also putting out a couple more swarm hosts. The Corruptors are looking for the Warp Prism by the main base, really trying to deny all that constant pressure that's been coming in from puCK. But the Warp Prism's on the right side of the map. He's not there to catch it. So puCK is going to move forward and deny this 4th base once again. And this is going to be huge, continuing to shut down that economy of Goswser. And now, at the same time, the drop coming in, the Templar moving in on the drones, the mineral line taking some huge storms, and now not killing a crazy amount of drones, but he has done a good amount of damage so far this game. puCK's killed 25 drones, Spine Crawlers being produced, but that's not going to be enough. Swarm hosts are here, though. puCK will have a difficult time pushing into this. He might just try to retreat. The Corruptor's getting in on the Colossi, dropping some storms behind himself to defend against them. And now the Roaches are stepping up forward as well, but there's just so many storms in the East Side Temple are really just blanketing everything. And it looks like a lot of the Colossi for puCK will die, but a lot of damage here done by puCK in this push. And now a Dark Shrine coming in as well. We still have this Warp Prism here. I could go for counter harass if Goswser leaves and everything. He still does have a couple of Corruptors. Should be able to kill it. This Archon barely getting away with any hit points. Really close there, but yeah, puCK's just he's got that +1 plasma shield. He's going for +2 plasma shield. It's very interesting. He doesn't want to get armor. He's not going for any kind of air army, but I guess he'd rather his Archons be beefy. And I you know what? It does benefit all of the units. It's just a slightly unusual decision to see come out of a Protoss player. But Goswser reestablishing this 4th for the final time, possibly. puCK might just be looking to go for a max out push relatively soon, but the only thing that's limiting him is just the income of these 4 bases, actually. One of these gas geysers not being fully saturated, but puCK gonna take a 5th base. It's gonna be so hard to deal with this right now, so we're gonna have to see what exactly he's gonna do, and I apologize for that annoying person. But well, puCK looking pretty strong so far, and yeah, Goswser's got a good amount. We have Dark Templar though running in. This one's got 9 kills so far. One in the natural expansion, 7 kills. Nothing in the main base just yet. But this Dark Templar in the 3rd, he hasn't killed it yet. It's got 11 kills, 12 kills, 13, 14. So much damage being done by this Dark Templar. puCK just doing so much. 17 kills, not able to get an 18th, but wow, looking so sharp. Really just incredible. And at this point, he's completely broken down the economy. He's denied that 4th base time and time again. And well, Goswser's moving out. He's not really close to being maxed, but this is all he can put out. It's going to be just the rest of these swarm hosts and these roaches. He's going to try to kill at least some of these bases, because at this point, this game is snowballing outside the control of Goswser, and puCK is just going to take this game with no problem if he can't kill this economy. So swarm hosts are burrowing now. Here come the Locust. He's going to try to take this base out now. And here the roaches come, attacking the photon cannons. He's going to be able to kill this base off, but puCK is going to get possible flanking position to try to just completely crush this. It's so hard to deal with this many swarm hosts. But yeah, it's if puCK can get a good positioning with his Colossi, he has 4 of them. He should be able to take this out. Not too much of a problem. He just needs to worry about getting caught at the Swarm Host. So Goswser gladly is like, okay, well, I killed that base, and now I'm just going to retreat. And now puCK could go for counter aggression. puCK's just going to take that 4th base of that Goswser was trying to acquire so long ago. And at this point, really, puCK could force a base trade if he wanted to. It would just be... It's just such an awkward position. Hive finally starting for Goswser, but he's barely mining on 1 base. And another Dark Templar gets in. 7 kills, 8 kills on this Dark Templar. Really great play here from puCK. 9 kills, 10. And that's it. That's just so much damage. puCK's going to add on 4 Stargates. Get ready to transition into a possible Doom composition. 57 drones killed in the making of this PvZ. And it doesn't look like Goswser is going to be able to put up too much more of a fight. He's going to try to engage here at this 6th base, picking off a ton of these Swarm Hosts before they can burrow. The Observers, though, they're not here just yet. He needs to bring them up. The Templar are here. The Observers, though, they move so much slower than everything else. He's going to drop some Storms and just clean up all these Corruptors, but the Colossi will be able to kill off these Locusts. And now, puCK, where's the Observer? Oh, the Goswser is just going to tap out right there. So game number 4 goes to Root Gaming puCK, bringing the score even 2-2. So really great play here from our Root Gaming Protoss player. Hopefully you guys like this cast. I got a bit of internet issues due to a thunderstorm, so I wasn't able to do these live. So comments appreciated in the comment section below. And please subscribe if you enjoyed this cast. This is Nathanias signing out.